Question everything, for the truth should not be televised, and that's for sure. So with that, you know, for quite some years now, we've been dealing with the problems of trying to get the wealthy and the rich, the appointed representatives, to help we the people, the American citizens, and I mean all of us, not just Aboriginal Americans, but everybody, been trying to get certain things done by getting resources to our communities, getting the infrastructure of America into a better stance, get careers and jobs and businesses and small businesses mainly, and farmers, small farmers mainly, to be able to have a stronghold in the sense of what it means to uplift their communities by having these farms and things around, as well as the small businesses catering to the communities on a day-to-day basis. But instead, you have big corporations and the wealthy and rich and appointed representatives really taking over everything. And as they continue to take over everything, it's making it harder and harder for all people of America. And the cost of living in America is getting higher and higher. All the products and produce and foods that we need either getting more expensive day to day now or less in quantity, as well as more expensive at the same time. So you're getting less product for your dollar, as well as the dollar for the product is getting more expensive. And in that, normally you'll probably go out and boycott to be able to try to make things better. You'll go out and vote and try to make things better. You'll go out and protest to try to make things better. But all these things are old time solutions to the problem that they used to use years ago to be able to move the wealthy and rich and appointed representatives into a place of trying to actually do their jobs, in which that is they are appointed for, and that's to help the American citizens and the structure of America to be better for we the people, the citizens of America. You pay your tax dollars and you don't see no real changes for your communities, nor do you see any changes for your circumstances in America when it comes to the cost of living, housing, buying land, buying homes, you name it. Even the gas is real high and devastating when it comes to trying to travel, and the course is what are we to do if the old ways of doing things don't work anymore? If protesting and boycotting and voting don't work to sway and move the wealthy and rich, who are the appointed representatives, to relinquish the resources to we the people, the citizens, and to bring down the cost of living, what are we supposed to do? What is the movement? Because at the end of the day, when you look at back when you was a child to what you see now, and back when grandma and them was young to what you see now, everything is just getting inflated and more inflated on the dollar. The food is inflated. It's to the point where the expense in order to live is causing people to have 2 and 3 jobs. But when you look at the wealthy and the rich, they sitting on billions of dollars. $1 billion can last you 2,700 years. Do you think that's right for wealthy families to have that much money? Wealthy families to have 3 and 4 and 5 mansions and private islands and private jets and private planes, you name it. And the citizens of America, who they supposed to be having the best interests of, struggle every single day. And we know the Aboriginal Negroes of America, we at the bottom of all bottoms, and we've been placed there on purpose through violence and hatred. But at the same time, it's still citizens all around America, all different ethnics, that are in the same boat when it comes to the cost of living and living in America. But the ones that orchestrate in this are the wealthy people. They're the ones who are making the rules and the laws and inflating the dollar and making the cost of living go up. But they are the ones who got all the money. They are the ones who are not trying to survive, but actually living their lives while you and I are trying to survive. It's a difference from surviving and living. Because when you're living, you're not worried about bills because they just get paid. You're not worried about the food because it's just there. You ain't worried about the gas because it's just you just got it. Thus, the wealthy and rich. They ain't worried about taking vacations, they just go. But you and I, we toiling every single day, 8, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 40, 60, 70 hours a week to not even make ends meet. So where do we stand with this? And how do we allow the wealthy and the rich to continue to get away with these tyrannical courses of living that they have us under when it comes to the cost of living of America, when it comes to the products of America, when it comes to surviving, sustaining yourself in America? How do we let them get away with it? How do we let them continue to get in front of the podium and song and dance us as wealthy and rich people? Do you Google these people and see how much they're actually worth? Just to give you an idea of what you're seeing on the screen, all your newscasters and how much they're worth, and all your appointed representatives and how much they're worth. When you watch the sports, the different football games, basketball games, soccer games, Olympic sports, all this stuff, do you see the dollar signs running back in front of you? Like a steak or a chicken or a nice lean meal running back and forth, because that's really what it is when you really look at it. When you really think about all these celebrities that be in front of your face, sitting on millions. You got I say 50 million over here, talking to 10 million over here, and 10 million over here, talking to 5 million over here, and 5 million over here, talking to 100 million over here, and 100 million over here, talking to 2 billion over here. How do that make you feel knowing that they got all the money and then tricked you into saying, well, they deserve it, while you struggle every single day? Oh, don't be a hater because you don't got it. No, with great resources come great responsibility. There's a lot of children in the world that's starving. Literally, just look it up. A lot of children. There's a lot of homeless people all around America with a lot of homeless houses with neither one of them coming together. They'll rather keep the people homeless and keep the houses abandoned than put the two together and help the people. These are wealthy people that own banks. And what are we supposed to do to combat that in order to change that for the people, why the people are starving? We're running around here where all the fresh water is getting polluted everywhere that we got to drink, and in turn got to buy water that was given to us by Earth itself and the Creator, and they control that to where you got to buy it back from them after the water been totally devastated over time based off of the movements of different companies and so on, dealing in the wrong manners when it comes to dealing with Earth. How do we change this? What is the course of our livelies as we the people if we don't have no say over what the people who control the majority of resources are doing with it? What is the purpose? How do we combat this? Because at the end of the day, if we don't do something about it as we the people, then do we allow ourselves to starve? Do it get to the point where the potato chip bag that you go to get be $35 and you get 3 chips in the bag? Go to get the milk and the milk is this big and you pay $25 for it? Or you go get the dozen of eggs you used to get and it's now $50 a dozen? That's what we go into? I know I inflated I inflated the cost of these things, but we all know they used to be cheaper when we was younger, and before then it was even more cheaper, and today they're just getting more and more expensive. So what do we do? Because if boycotting ain't working, if protesting ain't working, if voting ain't working, if they ain't gonna listen to us in no way whatsoever when it comes to the rights of the people and what's best for the people, then what is our move as we the people? What do the Constitution say? What movement do we supposed to be able to have when it comes to a government that's not willing to deal for the people that's under the government, that the government's supposed to reside and help and make sure their needs are met based off of them appointing them to the government? And who are the families that have all the wealth that's around the government that's manipulating the resources that the government's supposed to have for us as the people. Where is our chess move at? Because at the end of the day, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.